my soul for you. Now figure that out. Coming right with me, you dummies.
Like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers enter the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all is going to hell. Right with me.
All right, man, welcome back to another video. Hope your day is going good. And in today's video, we got the art of selling your soul. This is another video by that boy Alex the Virgo, and I'm kind of curious to see what he's actually talking about in this topic. T-Raw.
Yeah, I'm curious also, bro, because we always have these conversations about selling soul.
Let's see.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Coming right with me, you dummies.
Like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers enter the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all is going to hell. Right with me. So let's get it. Oh,
hell no.
I'm so sorry.
I remember when he did this shit.
You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know. That's up, but I still love you.
I see a lot of talk amongst people today about artists, mainly musical artists, about how they compromise their morals to take self for an instant gratification of money or anything else that artist is in pursuit of, otherwise known as the art of selling your soul. Modern day examples that come to my mind is Lil Nas X, him being an obvious one, publicly supporting the devil and switching to whatever persona would make him the most appealing to a widespread audience. Tuki Hana, a rapper who went viral after saying she sold her soul and instantly regretting it, then later on with a case of money next to her going on to say it was just hormones.
I'm gonna tell you I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say.
I remember this.
As far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this is my dream. I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract.
Not the IT guy 033 says the state Nike shoes were actually crazy.
Realizing that
Apparently Lil NASX put a drop of human blood in the soles of the shoes.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, gang.
What?
Every video up about this bad deal that you signed.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people talk about the video, and during that time, like, I speak real
that was the realization.
Like, always be crying on my period. I did not know how
before
this
she
thing
sold
was. I didn't know the business, and I just know if somebody threw a couple dollars at me, and they like, well, listen, we could do this for you. We could do this. People say, well, I thought you sold your soul to the devil. Like, sold my soul to the devil. I'm like, I love making money. I get money always.
Or late popular rapper King Von, who rapped about being a demon and how he loved to kill black people.
Trying to count my bodies. You gonna need 3-4 hands trying to count my body. I'm a savage, I am what I am. Kill some I do it again. I will. Just be happy that you was not them.
If I'm being honest though, most people's idea on how you sell your soul is wrong. People are so ignorant to the fact of things that they make up their own scenarios in their heads of what goes on behind the scenes. Anytime somebody tries to tell you about an industry or how things work behind the scenes, your first question should be, how does this person know this? Have they seen this with their own eyes? Are they themselves in this industry? Most times, no. So when people are talking about these subjects, they really can only go off of he said, she said type standpoint.
Speculations.
Also, be broke. And everybody knows that the people on the bottom or the poor will
but I'm not gonna lie, Alex.
Or the rich. So people
for generations, I've heard about this selling your soul shit. This shit has been passed down for years, my boy. Where my people, your people, shit. I even remember coming up from Jamaica, bro. My grandfather had DVDs talking about conspiracy, dating back to early Egypt and how these motherfuckers set in motion and plan to take over the world, and celebrities are just modern false idols to distract us all. I've been heard these messages since I was 7. So it's like, is it all a lie? Is everybody just making this shit up?
You talk about the fact of selling soul for money?
Yeah, like selling soul and how it dates back to Satanism.
Yeah. And
the Satanism dates back to Egypt.
Trying to find ways to justify why they are broke and why other people are rich or famous.
I can't speak on those times, but in today's day,
selling your soul is not an obvious process
we keep seeing
people can easily avoid, but rather a subtle psychological lullaby that finds your wants.
We keep seeing it in every video.
Otherwise, and there's one person that beautifully explained this concept, who is none other than Kendrick Lamar in his third studio album, Butterfly, on the 8th track.
That wasn't his first studio album.
In this song, where a 28-year-old Kendrick Lamar
first studio album. Come on, bro. first studio album was Good Kid, Mad City, bro. Don't get me upset, Alex. I'm finna call you after this.
Now, broke down how the devil convinced
Not
him
the
to
IT
sell
guy
his own soul, and how subtle it is, but even the average person sells their soul without even realizing. Before
that's facts, though, Maddie.
Sponsor of today's video, my nutsack. All jokes aside, the real sponsors of today's video is you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. With that, let me explain the art of selling your soul using Kendrick Lamar's For Sale. The chorus of the song opens up on the ending of the song before it, titled Alright, where Kendrick Lamar is struggling with identity, dealing with everyday struggles, and he decides to go running for answers. In the background, we can hear a comforting, euphoric wave-washing track over Kendrick Lamar after he is exhausted from running. Afterwards, Kendrick Lamar comes in immediately rapping in a very seductive voice that is later explained to be Lucifer, and he tells Kendrick Lamar that he wants his talents. He wants him to start smoking, drinking, and giving into the world.
So that's selling your soul, falling into worldly natures.
Telling Kendrick Lamar wants him is the devil. It's so convincing.
That's a different look.
So comfort. It's magnetic, you could even say. The next verse, Kendrick Lamar explains to us how Lucy, or Lucifer, was able to take Kendrick Lamar to the mall. Was
Not
able
the
to
IT
give him
guy,
a good
033
life by giving him stories to tell, by giving him an image to sell to the public, pushing on the cycle of violence for monetary gain, for the illusion of the American dream.
Yeah. Especially, and what I want to add into what Maddie just said is like guys like Kendrick. We're talking about the guys like Kendrick, you know, who are actually looking to put a message in their music. They really do have a very poetic way of putting out their music. Like J. Cole, Kendrick.
For sure.
We're talking about these killers, drill music. No, there's no art in that for real. Niggas just hopping on the beat talking about killing the next nigga. There's no real art in that.
Somebody can say it in a creative way.
This man.
And he is so lost in the sauce. He is so glamorized and polarized by this presence and by this idea of this new life, this rapper lifestyle, that he doesn't even realize it's literally. Kendrick Lamar then goes on to tell us how Lucy is very interested in Kendrick.
I remember what you said too. You said, my name is Lucy Kendrick. You introduced me Kendrick. Usually I don't do this, but I see you on me Kendrick.
And although Kendrick Lamar, since the first time that Lucy came to him, has always been opposed to selling his soul, over time, by the time Kendrick was 26, when he was releasing his second studio album, Good Kid, Mad City, Lucy tells him at this time that he heard his prayers to God and he was also listening.
I'm Lucy. I loosely heard prayers on your first album, truly. Lucy don't mind, cause at the end of the day, you'll pursue me.
He tells him that he can make him a megastar, a superstar. He can turn a boring average person into something that they never thought they would be before to the public. He's done this multiple times with multiple rappers, and the only thing it costs is your soul. But it's like the thing that cushions is I don't know if you keep hearing, but how at the end, he keeps saying, I want you.
Yeah.
In a very beautiful,
the devil wants you,
goddess voice dancing. And over time, Lucy started realizing that Kendrick was willing to sell his soul without even realizing it. And he's starting to get him to put all his chips in. He tells Kendrick Lamar that he can have the perfect American dream, a car, a nice house, the feeling of financial security. But now in a more blunt, devilish tone.
Says, while Lucifer may promise to give you what you really want, at what cost are you willing to sacrifice?
Lucy obviously has a great liking for
And that's honestly the question you got to ask yourself when you really, like, do you really care about going to heaven afterwards? Do you just want everything here in this life? You know, because we all know that money doesn't really bring happiness. It's fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? You can find fulfillment by spending time with your loved ones. But I know some people who will never get rich, who will never blow up off this YouTube stuff or social media.
Yeah.
And they find contentment with just being around their family and their friends. Honestly, bro, if we're going to be real, chasing this success off social media is part of the problem of what makes our society the way it is today.
For Kendrick. He even tells Kendrick Lamar he watched him grow up.
You don't know that Lucy got you all your life. I watched you, and now you all grown up to sign this contract if that's possible.
Kendrick Lamar is starting to realize that by signing the contract he signed on his first record deal, he partially sold his soul. His misuse of his influence, pimping his butterfly for money and validation, was all part of Lucy's plan for him to get him in a cycle where he will always come back to Lucy. And that's really how For Sale ends, with Kendrick Lamar realizing that he's selling his soul, that there's all these negative entities around him that are feeding off of him his talent, his bright light, and he goes home running for answers. I want you all to notice though how in this song, every insecurity that Kendrick Lamar had, whether that be fear of not succeeding, lack of money, discomfort, Lucy or the devil came to aid and comfort him. And not to say that the God creator force won't either, but oftentimes when people speak of the devil or selling your soul, they sensationalize it. And they mistake the devil to be this red, big thing with horns that comes in a screeching.
That's what I used to think when I was a kid.
That's not the case most of the time. Oftentimes, the devil does not come as that, but rather a cool dude with a leather jacket, motorcycle, who gets a bunch of girls that you want to be like. It can come in the form of a job that you know isn't for you. It is terrible for your soul. It's taking your life force away, but it gives you money, so you go to that job anyways. Lucy, the devil, whatever people want to call it, religious or not, is just a human personification and rationalization of temptation, frustration, desperation. And it thrives off you staying in those negative frequencies. Its best trick is to put shiny objects in your face, illusions. To a degree, everyone in the world has soul because we all go against our soul and innate feelings. But to negate that, you have to know oneself. You have to be aware of the things that are pulling you in certain directions. Because if you don't, you'll go through life, wake up one day and realize you actually hate the person you married. You actually hate this job you gave 20 years to. You hate all these obligations and things holding your spirit down. And you did it all for some monetary earthly gain. Because when you reach that low, when this thing doesn't give you that feeling anymore because your soul is not intact with it, guess who's offering you an escape from that same prison that they guided you into? So listen to your soul. Nothing is worth it. Not money, not people, and especially a situation or a thing that will not last forever and will pass.
And we
that's
each
the
have our
true
own
art
flaws.
of selling your soul. Appreciate y'all. This man,
Facts.
I appreciate y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? I just got back from the created. I don't know why I'm
Hey,
saying
man.
that. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Shout out Alex, man. I'm glad you enjoyed DreamCon, brother. I really would have loved meeting you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man. Keep doing your thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you ever in FL, you already know, bro. Hit us up. I'll dust your ass off on the court, nigga. You know. Zero.
Yeah, man. This video was pretty much about, we always think selling your soul is like praying to the devil or worshiping the devil. But the devil can come in many forms. You know, it can be a contract. It can be, you know, doing something that you know you don't really enjoy, but you're doing it just for the money. It can be a variety of different things, but you know, just stay true to yourself, bro. Stay true to yourself and don't indulge in anything just because you're getting money from it. Do it because you actually love it. You feel me?
All right, man. You reached the end of another video. Y'all already know, man. I love y'all. Grateful for y'all. Can't do none of this without y'all. We gonna see y'all in the next one. We out.